The Dumbo episode of As Told by Emoji is my first look at what Disney are doing with As Told by Emoji. I'd seen these floating around on the internet, but I'd never actually watched one. And I thought I'd check it out, and I can honestly say this is such a fun concept. And basically, if you're unaware of it, the screen is a phone, and they tell the story of Dumbo through emojis, through DMs, through various different apps. I thought it was quite impressive to set up various locations within the film by using games and making it look like you were building various structures and things, and then having conversations with other characters or other people using emojis to tell the story. Of course, there's a strong meaning here in the fact that emoji language is universal. And as a writer, it took me a long time to come to terms with the fact that emojis can tell stories just as powerfully as the written word. And there's a lot of power in using emojis because, as I said, there's no real language barrier. And the big question here is, if you'd never seen Dumbo, would you be able to follow this? I think you'd kind of get the idea that Dumbo was being made fun of for having massive ears. You'd get the sense that he was being roped into the circus. And I think, I'm not going to spoil anything, but as it kind of travels towards the deeper part of the narrative, certainly all the coloured elephants might confuse you. Beautifully animated, but if you haven't seen the film, you might be thinking, what on earth is going on? But then we have Timothy Mouse, and the way the ears are animated, I think, is beautiful. Generally, I think you'd get the basic outline of the narrative, but the intricacies, not so much. So I feel like this is definitely much more enjoyable if you have already seen Dumbo. I don't think this is the way to be introduced to it. But if you've seen Dumbo, it's a fabulous way of recapping the story. The animation it's brilliant. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very clever and creative. The emojis themselves are beautiful. I became addicted to Disney Emoji Blitz for a long time, and I wish some of these emojis had been actual emojis. Some like Timothy Mouse, or I think he was. It's been a long time. I had to stop myself from playing it because I spent too much time on it. But there are some emojis here that definitely are adorable. Dumbo's mother particularly looks precious. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a very creative concept, something universal that can speak to literally everybody. Even if you don't know the story, you get the basic concept. I think it's absolutely precious. If you haven't seen any of the As Told by Emojis, it's thoroughly worth watching. And to start with the Dumbo one, I had a lot of fun with it. I think it's very, very sweet.